A very good morning to all of you, and we welcome you all to this workshop on art. So, are you all excited for this workshop as much as we are excited? If you are excited, type excited in the chat box. So, we'll be waiting just for a few more minutes for all of us to connect together. In the meantime, we have with us Sir Mintu Talukdar, who is also the resource person for today. He is a multifaceted person. He is a computer trainer, a language trainer, and also a fabulous artist. I'm sure you'll be learning a lot from him today. So we will be we will be starting the workshop in some time. So before that, there are few surprises for all of you. One we have revealed yesterday. We have got outstanding responses from all of you. All your artwork are unbelievably good, outstanding, and then we are confused. Whom do we choose from all the works that you have presented yesterday? We are still struggling with the best one. So keep sending your work. Those of you who are yet to send, keep sending your work. All right. So we will be sharing the results as we said tomorrow. And towards the end also, we have one more surprise for all of you. So till the time, we will be, yes, good morning. Okay, I can see a lot of responses. Excited. So yes, we are also very, very excited to be in this workshop. So before we start, we have a small presentation on the workshop. So let us share that presentation with you. All right, so this is a workshop on drawing and it is a workshop on art. So drawing and painting, I believe, are two important ways that artists give visible forms to their ideas and feelings. So do you also give forms to your feeling through drawing and painting? If your answer is yes, type yes in the comment box. If you feel that this is the way you express yourself, this is the way how you speak to people, how you express your ideas and feelings, if this is the way, then please type yes in the comment box. We have seen a lot of expressions yesterday when you had sent your work. We have seen beautiful work expressed through your various ideas, opinions, your viewpoints, and they are all interesting. Yes, so many of you are commenting yes, so that is nice. All of you express yourself through you express your feelings through various paintings and drawings. That is nice. Moving on. For whom is the art? We feel that only an artist can be a very good artist. Only an artist can draw good things. But I feel art is for everyone. Art is for the young, for the old. Everyone has the right to experience art, both as a spectator and as a participant. So do you agree, or do you feel that art is only for the artists? If you feel that art is for everyone, everybody has the right to learn art, type everybody there in the comment box. And you also feel that art is a way to express themselves through colors, okay? If you feel that art is for anyone who express themselves through colors, who want to express themselves, type colors there in the comment box. Yes, we can see comments pouring in. That is interesting. It sure seems that art is for everyone, not only for the artist. I'm sure there are many of you who are attending this workshop, just like me, who is a mediocre in art. Maybe even we can learn something from today's workshop, right, Mintu sir?
Correct.
All right. So what will we learn? We will learn different techniques of drawing in this workshop. This is a 2-day workshop. We will be learning different techniques of drawing. Today, Mintu sir will be there, and tomorrow we have another faculty with us. So we will be learning the different types of drawing, the different techniques of drawing. Also, I'm sure that art, drawing, and painting has a lot of benefits. Okay, it enhances your creativity. It opens your mind, it opens your door, it opens the door of opportunity of creativity. It has better memory, it improves communication. All right, so I believe that drawing helps us in some way or the other. Do you agree with me, Mintu sir?
Absolutely.
So do you think that with the help of drawing, people will be able to open their minds?
Yes, it's a means of expression of their imagination. So yes, of course, why not?
All right, so let us see how does this workshop benefits us today. Maybe a person like me who's a layman, who's a mediocre in drawing, maybe I'll be able to have some kind of interest in drawing, and maybe I will start drawing some bits and pieces, maybe, if not a portrait.
Sure, I hope so.
All right. Okay, so like I said, there is a surprise for all of you. So you have to stick with us till tomorrow to know what is the surprise. And till the end of the workshop, also, I'll be revealing one more surprise. So moving ahead with the workshop, I will not take much of your time now. I will hand over to Mintu sir. So I hope you all have a wonderful time with him. So over to you, Mintu sir.
Thank you, ma'am. And first of all, hi everyone. So as Miss Darifia ma'am said, my name is Mintu Talukdar, and I welcome you all to this two-day workshop. And this is the first day, and we are going to work together. So before we get started, let me give you a brief overview of what we are going to do in this session. So today we are going to do some study with of still life with graphite pencils and a bit of charcoal. We are going through multiple media actually. So we'll be handling more than two medium. And yes, so after that we will see, because we asked you what are your expectation, what do you want to learn. So many of you have expressed about learning about pen art and calligraphy, something like that. So we thought of coming with a lot of things, so that's what we are doing here. We'll discuss a part of pen art as well as calligraphy, and if the time permits we'll try to do a bit more. So let's begin. So first of all, we are going to start with the graphite pencil and also the charcoal. So let me bring in the materials. So this is what I have. Okay. So let me bring in the camera to my paper. Okay. So yeah. So here we are going to study about lights and shades using some basic shapes. And one of the most important shapes that almost every artist has to go through studies before starting with drawing or painting is the sphere. So we are going to work with that. So let me draw a sphere and we'll try to color that. Let's see. So let me take this. So I'm going to draw a sphere over here. So I think this size will be good enough. Let's draw here. I'm going to make a circle first of all. So, and this we are going to color. So let's say my source of light is somewhat here. So this is my source of light, and when it falls here, how is it going to illuminate and where it is going to cast the shadow and how it is going to appear. So when the light is falling from here, coming from here and falling onto this ball or sphere, it is going to illuminate this part. So here we are going to have highlights, and these are going to be the shadowy area. But it will not be completely dark. We are going to have a gradual darkness starting from here. So let us go, just start shading it. So it is going to be somewhat like this. You may start doing along with me. For now, I'm taking a 4B pencil that you can see. So I'm just, and always try to hold the pencil towards its end and try to flatten it so that when you are shading it, you're not making any permanent mark on the paper. Otherwise, it's going to make it difficult while you are trying to blend it. So while shading, mostly try to hold it in this manner or in this manner, however you are comfortable in. So I'm going to hold it like this. And so this is how I'm doing it. Okay. So let's get on. I will not cover this area completely because here I'll tell you what is going to happen. The role of light is going to be quite peculiar here. Some of you might know already. So I want to blend this, but for blending, I'll smudge it, but I will not smudge it with my finger because my finger might have some amount of moisture and that might disturb the blending of this graphite. So what I'm going to use is some earbuds. So I'm going to use this earbud. You can also use tissue paper or some other tools also there that I'm going to talk to you in gradually. So I am using this blending tool and I'm going to blend this. I'm going to darken this a bit more. I've somewhat taken the mid-tone here. If I see something is getting too dark, I'll try to find some solution for that. So far it's going well. One of the most important thing that you might choose is, and that we often neglect, is the paper. Paper is very important, and especially if you are going switching through different media, the choice of paper is of utmost importance and should be wisely chosen. So this is going to be somewhat my highlights. For this case, for today's session, the paper that I'm using is Fabiano Academia. So I also use this paper for my commissioned art, and many renowned artists are also using this paper. The tooth of this paper is quite, now what is tooth? We know that in a paper there are some depressions and some ridges which holds the medium, like the graphite or charcoal that we are working with. So the tooth in this paper is quite good. If you want to go for detailing with graphite, then you might want to choose something which is quite smooth, not very rough. So, but if you're working with charcoal, you want some a bit rough surface as well. So this gives me a perfect surface in which I can work for both graphite as well as charcoal. And this has been my favorite since quite some time. I'll darken this to some more extent. I'm using 4B as I told you earlier. So I'm going to darken this area. The light is falling from here. So this area is going to be the darkest and not this area. Why so? This is because when the light is falling from here, and this is sitting on some base, let's say the base is this, or floor. So when the light is falling here, it is going to cast the shadow here, but the surrounding area where the light is also going to fall will reflect the light and illuminate this area. This will also get some highlight, not as high as this, but somewhat in the middle tone or something. So let's continue with this. I'm going to darken this and I'm going to blend it. However, the edge can be darkened a bit. Something like this. So again, blending. As I said, you can use different blending materials. You can also choose tissue paper. Tissue paper is also something which blends it quite well. So I'm just taking a 2B don't want to make it too dark. A bit of highlight, not completely highlighted. And this area is going to be something like this. It depends how much of time are you giving to your art piece. The more the time you give, the more finer details and blending you can give to your artwork. So this is something like this. Having done this, I'll move to the shadow parts. This is somewhat okay. And now I will do the shadow part. For shadow part, when the light is falling in this pattern, the shadow will be casted somewhat here, and it will be casting. It will cover a bit of area at the bottom as well, and somewhere here also it will cover the area. So this is going to be my shadow, and the shadow area will be darker than the ball itself or the sphere itself. So I'm going to make it really dark, but not towards the edges. So red one, okay. The edge, I'm just feathering it out a bit. So somewhat like this. This is a bit extra, so let me just raise it a bit. So something like this will be fine. So that's how the light is playing its role. We can also draw another one. Let's see. Let's say I'll draw a pot kind of a thing, something like this. Let it have some curve. My hands are shaking, actually. Let's say something like this. Okay, let me not make it a simple one. I also want some lines, let's say 2 lines. Okay, with this I will also use another technique. So the lines, I will not be doing it directly, rather I'll be using some denting technique. So for denting technique, I'm using a tool which is normally used by ladies for nail polish. It's used by nail polish artists, but it is also used by artists and called Denting Tools. And the one that you get for artists, the only difference is this is made up of wood. You can check that. So I'm just giving a bit of pressure and making one line here. To be careful. Okay, let me make 2 of them. So I'm making 2 lines. So I want this to be a bit highlighted. So I'm making fine white lines kind of a thing, but this is not visible here. This part I'll be doing using graphite, not graphite, charcoal. So let's see. Let me use this charcoal pencil. The charcoal that I'm using is called vine charcoal, or also called, this is soft charcoals only, this vine charcoal, and you can easily get it from, Camlins are also manufacturing. The Camlin company is also manufacturing this charcoals. This is quite useful and easy to blend and work with. Uh, Charcoal has been my favorite since quite some times, and this is one of the main media that I use. So, and the best part about this charcoal, using charcoal, is that the art piece that you make always comes out to be very contrasting. And see, this is how it comes. However, you can make it even more contrasting. So the same thing, the light is falling here. So it is going to illuminate this area. So I'll make it dark like this. I'll keep a bit of this area vacant. Okay. Again, the same thing. I'm not putting it directly there. I'm darkening it. Now, suppose I want to blend it. I can, for charcoals, you can use your fingers. However, I don't want to make it dirty because it will spread everywhere. So let me use this blending tool only. And the problem with charcoal is that it gets smeared quite easily and might spoil your work. Okay, let me use the hand instead. So see, this is how you can easily blend it, unlike graphite. And if you're making any mistake, you can easily erase it. So it's always fun to work with charcoal. Now see, using the denting tool, what I have done is I have created some highlight. So this area, since I'm going just over the surface, this is still remaining just as it is because the matter of the charcoal is not able to go inside directly because of the depression that has been created by putting the pressure using the denting tool. So let's go on with it. Even if a bit goes inside, not a problem. I'll be using some eraser and we'll be taking it out. So as I was telling you, paper is very important. If you take a smooth paper, it will not be able to hold this charcoal and then you might face some issues. So okay, I'll put the highlight using eraser there. So this is somewhat how it is coming out to be. I want to work very loose here and quite fast, considering the time constraint that we have and a lot of medium that we have decided to work with. So let's see. So I guess this will also get highlighted because of the reflection of it. So something like this look like. Oh. Now I want to make these outlines prominent, so I can use this charcoal pencil. The pencil that I'm using is of Generals. These are high quality pencil, very dark and very comfortable. You'll find it very comfortable to work with them. So let's make the outline with them. So the rear edge of it is being made with this. A bit of blending would be required. And let's darken this a bit. So something like this can be done. I want to give it a feeling of being stained. So it doesn't matter if the blending is not proper. And these highlights, okay, I want to take out those charcoals that has gone inside those dents. So for this, the kind of normal eraser that you use for graphites, you cannot normally use for this charcoal. For this charcoal, the kind of eraser that you use is called kneaded eraser or kneadable eraser. These are the erasers. These are just like chewing gums or Play-Doh. So the best part of this eraser, many of you might be acquainted with this, is that you can reshape it according to your desire and you can work with this. So I'm making it something like this, because something like a line, and so that I can take out those charcoal that has gone inside the dent. I don't want to completely take it out because anyway it is in the darker area, so it is not going to be completely highlighted. So it's just going to be something like this. And the lower part of, or the upper part here, will have some black linings that I can easily make with this charcoal pencil. Let's see. Okay. As I said, the more the time you give, the more finer you can make, the more finer details you can work with. So for now, let's keep it somewhat like this. Now for the shadowy area, okay, I can see that some of the questions are being asked. Let's see. Charcoal pencils and charcoal sticks. Yes, there is a difference. Used together, do they blend well? Yes, they do blend. But you have to see how you are blending it. Actually, the charcoal sticks or the uh, charcoal sticks are actually softer, and this is slightly harder than that. And yes, you can easily blend them. Charcoal pencils are normally used to make the outline. Some of the places you cannot use the charcoal sticks like this, and there are three types of charcoals that are there actually. So one of them is this, as we were working with, or this, the vine charcoal. This is charcoal pencil, and the other one, I have a part of it. I thought I missed it. So this is called compressed charcoal. This is the darkest of its form. I have used other brands as well, but I find the one that is Camlin providing, it's quite soft and dark. This is another of the Indian brands. Mostly the artists' things are from coming from foreign, but these are the Indian brands, and I find this Camlin is providing the best of its kind. Somewhat, it's very contrasting, and I find it very comfortable to work with. So this is a compressed charcoal, and this is charcoal pencil, slightly harder, and this is your vine charcoal. Vine charcoal gets smudged quite easily. Yeah, you can easily smudge it using fingers, or if anything by mistakenly also, if a tissue paper also just rolls over it, it might wipe some of the matter off from there. So let's continue with this. So yeah. Brand of charcoal pencil. The charcoal pencil that I'm using, as I told you, is from Generals. This is one of the best, and the compressed charcoal, I haven't used it yet in this picture drawing. I mean, this is from Camlin, and this vine charcoal is. This is the thing that I'm using. You can easily get it from Amazon, it wouldn't be much. I think 300, near about 300, you'll get 250 or 300, something like that. It should be. And if I want to take some highlights, okay. So and this, when I was blowing the over the charcoal art, so this got stained. So I can easily take it out using this kneadable eraser. And yes, the other eraser you cannot use. Kneadable eraser takes in all the matter of those charcoal, and that's how it erases. There are different kinds of eraser actually. So kneaded eraser is basically used when you're working with charcoal. So let's see. So again, it's falling here, so its shadow will be casted somewhat here. And let's draw with this. It's going to come according to the shape of it. It's going to come somewhat like this. Again, I'm just blending the edge, which gives a sense that the light is a bit soft light, not that hard. And if this surface is very shiny, you might be able to get some lines, maybe of square or like that, maybe if the light is coming from the window. So like that, depending on the nature of light source that you are having for your piece. So somewhat like this, given some more time, you can make it even better. So this is how you're going to work with. If you have any question, okay. Okay, so this is a local brand that I'm using. Okay, you also get for generals. Better you buy the, if you're trying to buy this charcoal pencils, buy the pack. That with that, you will also get this eraser, kneadable eraser. And on top of it, there is one more thing that you can use for highlighting. Suppose you have already made some marks on this, or if you're working in tinted papers. So for giving highlights, you can also use this white charcoal. This is just like a chalk and will be making white colored marks. Let's show like here. As you can see here, I'm just coloring the shadow.
That question
So, on the screen.
is it difficult? It becomes difficult.
Where was the question? I missed the question. Let me just check the question again. It becomes difficult to use pencil along with. Yes, yes. Actually, you cannot mix charcoal with pencil at times, because charcoal doesn't hold good on pencil. Over the pencil medium, charcoal doesn't properly hold. So better you don't mix it. And even if you are mixing it, mix in such a way that you don't have to put the charcoal over the pencil. Just use it purely at a particular area. About, please give some information about your eraser. So yes, so these are the erasers. Apart from that, if you need to do some more detailings, you can also use, I'm using many sorts of eraser. This is just the normal eraser that you can get. This is something that I often use for detailings. I'll be showing you some of my works where I have used this eraser, where the fine areas, like where you have to do the beards or hair, this kind of erasers you can use. This leaves this erases just like I'll just do over this graphite. It leaves a clean white mark, as if you are coloring it with white color. So you can use this eraser for making hair or beards. So I'll show you some of my works where I have used it. Let's show you those. First of all, let's show you the graphite. And most of it, so this is something that I've done, a portrait of Hrithik Roshan. I think you can see the size is actually A3. I've done it on normal paper. This is not any branded paper or something. This is your normal ITC paper, classmates copy. So let me bring it here. Okay. Here, as you can see, in these areas, I have used both the denting tools as well as this eraser. Denting tool, using these denting tools, I am able to get those sharp beard, and also wherever the graphite got in, I was able to take it out using this eraser. Even on these areas, I've used both of them. So you can often use with here. Actually, you must use you if you are serious about art, or if you're serious with your hobby. This is something that I would insist to have. So this is in a graphite medium, and let me show you some of the charcoal work as well. So this is also in charcoal, and this particular black area, I often make the background very black so that the drawing looks very contrasting. So this the black area has been achieved using this camelin. So you can use this to get such kind of contrasting backgrounds. And this person is was a famous author, and his name is Radhan Singh Berry from Meghalaya. Okay, the others would be, these are all charcoal works that I have. I haven't brought much of the pencil work. Okay, so this is something that I've drawn. These are my siblings. I was the paper. See, that is why I tell you the choice of papers are very important. Here, the paper that I have used is watercolor paper, and I was finding it really difficult to draw with it, and I was not having stock of this during that time, and the hairs that I was doing, as you can see here, are quite wide. It should have been fine. Hairline hasn't. I wasn't able to achieve that. Which fixative is the best to keep charcoal intact? I normally use Camlin. Many of my products are basically Camlin products. I at times think that if they are trying to make me the ambassador, I'll be doing it for free. That's how I love this, because they are providing quite good materials and at the cheapest price. I mostly work with oils and charcoals, and most of the times my brands are Camlin. So this is with charcoal, and as I was telling you, I was really finding it difficult to work on this because this handmade paper is not the best. That's actually, I was experimenting with papers, so it is not the best papers. However, I was able to achieve to some extent what I wanted. Next is this is also a picture of my friend. Again, charcoal, and yes, the background is kept white in this case. And here also, here I tried, yes, here I used the charcoal stick or vine charcoal here. And okay. Okay, the paper, as I told you, this is Fabriano Academia. This is of archival quality. Why? Okay, it's not just the roughness of the paper or the tooth of the paper that you need to see. Actually, the paper should not have. It should not be acidic in nature. If it is having so, like normal paper of yours, it will get yellowish over time, and that will spoil your work. So that is why we choose something which is of archival quality. So this Fabriano Academia is of that kind. However, if you're trying to do some finer details, you might want to take some smoother surfaces, but the surface of this is the perfect one, and you can use it for many medium. As I told you, I'm using the Camlin fixative, and if I'm not doing for commissioned work, I'm also using hairspray. So using hairspray, yes, this one that you see is also done using hairspray because it's not a commissioned work. It's again my brother's picture, so I was doing it. So to keep it intact, I used that. Otherwise, if I would touch it here, it would come out easily. You have to be very careful while you're working with charcoal. So this is that we have with charcoal and graphite. Next, we will move to, okay, what kind of paper should be used for graphite and charcoal? Okay. GSM is, I prefer, as I said, this is Fabriano Academia, and this is best for charcoal as well as for pencil. I prefer this for my commission artwork, and many of my commission artwork has been done on this. The GSM for this is 200, and 200 GSM is normally what I use. You can also get lesser than that, but I don't prefer anything lesser than that. I might go higher if I wish because it feels good. However, GSM 200 GSM is quite perfect for you. You can go with 200 GSM and it will satisfy most of your need. So this is Fabriano Academia A3 size that I have got with me. So next we'll move towards the pen art, and in pen art we're going to a particular particular type called stippling. Let me use this paper. So there are different kinds of pen art like hatching and so many, but I particularly like stippling. So stippling is nothing but making art with dots. Instead, I can use this area, and it is a very time-taking thing. Like I'll use this small area because stippling normally takes a lot of time. In stippling, you have to make one dot, and using these dots only, you have to create the complete drawing of yours. Let me use the other pen, this one. Is quite similar. The points, the tip size of this is 0.1 millimeter. This is quite small, so you might not even be able to see the point. Just let me know if you're able to see the dots. For watercolor, Fabriano or Canson, which one is it? Both are good actually. Fabriano, you get Artistico. You can get, there are different types of watercolor papers also. We are not doing watercolor here, otherwise I would have brought those paper to show you. And depending on the roughness, you have surfaces like rough surface, medium, and then you also cold press or medium rough, and smooth or hot pressed, all these things. So if you take Fabriano Artistico, I think it will somewhat, Fabriano is something that I'm very comfortable with. So such kind of dots, I hope you are able to see these dots. So yes, so see, so using these dots, I'll be creating some art. So let me make a very small one. Let me make something like a banana. Let's see how I'm able to get it. So I'm drawing also with this. Is it too small? Okay, no problem. Otherwise, stippling takes a lot of time actually. So I might not be able to finish it by today if I do a full size of this. So somewhat, this is, let's say, or banana. So to make anything dark, more number of dots needed to be given. So the more the density, the darker it is. Lesser the density, lighter it is. So here I'll make it dark, and here I'll make it light. Let's see how am I able to achieve that. So I'm making a lot of dots. It is a hideous job that you do with stippling. So it is going to take a lot of time because you have to keep on putting those dots, keep on putting those dots. And what you can do is you can follow a pattern, something like this. So 1, 2, like that, and keep on going through. And you can keep it like one shade. And whenever you want to make it dark, you just keep filling the gaps that is there to increase the density. And you will be able to get the darkness of your choice. So yes, so still it doesn't look like one. So I'm darkening it. Let me go from one area to the other. So I'm increasing the density here, so it's making it dark. Here, however, comparatively, it is lighter because the density is less over there. If you want to make any line with stippling, you just keep on putting the dots very close to each other, so it will look like somewhat a line. So something like this. So I'm trying to fill all the gaps that are there and increase the density of dots that is there. Pointillism, okay, pointillism, okay. I think this is what you're talking about. So which pen is best? Actually, you just need a pointed pen. And for me, I think Rotring is a renowned one. So this is something that I have got quite recently, and I'm enjoying working with this. I'll also show you one piece that I have done using all this pen. I've got actually a number of it, of different points. So this is from Pigma. These are Pigma microns. These are of different, very well. Okay, I'll show you the size here. So these are the different points. Okay, here. So these are of different nib points and tip points, I mean. And this is the smallest, which is 0.005. Actually, it is 0.05 mm, and this is 0.01. And with this, I'll be able to achieve whatever I want. And if you want to work with bigger dots, you can use this 0.8. So I can also use this 0.8 to get the darker areas easily. But the effect that you get with the 0.01 or 0.05, 0.1 or 0.05 mm are quite different than this 0.8. This is quite thick actually. So let's just keep on doing. Let me change it. Let me come back to this. This is something that I prefer. I suggest you to take this Rotring 0.1, and you can take some other variations as well. That will be good for you. So here we have somewhat like a line. And here also let me put some dots, but here the density will be very less, just to show that it is highlighted a bit, or it is illuminated more than this area. Okay. I'm working quite loosely on this. Okay, so this is somewhat I could get with this small amount of time. Actually, if you want to make it a better one, you might want to spend one full day here. So let's stop it here. So this is, I think you can let me do it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Which way am I going? Okay. And put it like this. Okay. So this is the banana that I have. Another work that I've recently completed using this technique. Let me show that to you. So this is something that I could achieve with this stippling technique. Quite a hideous job, I tell you, but it's amazing to work with this. I hope, okay. So the detailings, can we switch on to the other camera? Yes. So here you can see all the detailing. So here the density is quite less, and here the density is quite more. And all the reflection and everything has been explained using just the different density of this. Apart from grid method, okay, apart from grid method, you can measure, suppose you are doing a portrait, then you can measure, take the measure with the eye. Draw first the eye. So one question is there. Question says, sir, apart from grid method, how to draw an outline? How to draw an outline of a portrait? Outline of a portrait can be drawn. First of all, what you can do is you can draw the eyes. Mostly what we do is we draw the eyes, and some of the proportions you have to know, like how is the distribution of face. So next time when we plan to do a portrait, actually I was planning to do a portrait in this class. However, this is the first interaction of mine with you people, so I refrained from doing it. So what you can do is, if you're not using the grid method, which is quite advisable if you are just practicing it for yourself, you can draw the eye and take the measurement with respect to one eye, and measure, take the measurement of other parts of the face, and that's how you create the whole outline. Yes, outline is one of the most important thing. If you don't have proper outline, you might miss the proportion, and you might not be able to achieve what you want. Apart from doing with outline, you can simply work, like just make an oval face. And if you understand the different distribution of your face, like okay, everything cannot be discussed, the time will be short here for this portrait. We'll try to have a dedicated session on this, and we'll discuss more about this. Okay, all right, so some more question. So can adjust the camera, can I see properly? Okay, that was earlier. Okay, all right. Okay, so this is what we have, and this is what you can achieve, and some more thing, some better results also you can achieve using this. You can get the whole texture of the skin, just maintaining the different density. And let's move to the next one, unless you have any other question. Okay, so that's the question you have. So okay, we'll move to the next part of ours, which is calligraphy. In calligraphy, I won't be going too technical with things. I will just be showing you just with your own handwriting, without using some special fonts or the conventional calligraphy fonts, how you can make your handwriting look better, just using normal things. I'll also tell you how you can use the pencil to write in a calligraphy style. So let's start with okay, let's start with the pencil first. So calligraphy is nothing but different types of good handwritings. If you go by the definition, different types of good handwritings are known as calligraphy. So one simple thing that you can take is, you can take simply your this HB pencil. For my case, I'm taking this 2B pencil. You can also take this HB pencil. Instead of holding it like this, you can hold it something like this, flat, and you can write. Let's say, who is this? Okay, Anjali. Let me write her name. So using this pencil also, you can write the name. So let's say I want to write Anjali. So A-N, just normal handwriting. So using just the pencil also, you can write a few things. So after some time, I will be using the pencil. So, okay. Okay, let me use the, not pencil, I mean pen. So for calligraphy, you get different nibs. I'm having this pen holders. These are the pen holders that I have. And these are the different nibs. I ordered few nibs, but it could not reach on time. So I'm showing you with the older ones. So with these are the different nibs. This is actually italic. So it has got a flat cuts. Okay. Yes. So it's fine. Okay. So it has got a flat cuts at the tip, by which you can get such kind of italic kind of effect. So let me, after completion of the painting, how we can fix it. Yeah, you can use some fixtures. You can use some fixtures, and then you can, for different media you get different fixtures. For oil painting you will have different kind of varnish, but for that you have to wait for around 6 months to a year, or at least 3 months, something like that. For water you get different kind of fixtures. For pencil and I mean, for graphite and charcoal, you can use the one that I'm using, and using Fixative you can fix it. Oh, what is my full name? Okay, my full name is Mintu Talukdar. Okay, all right. Uh, let's use this pens. So I'm going to write in italics, normal italic. So this is the ink that I'm using. This is from Colors. Calligraphy ink are different than your normal inks. They have high viscosity, and so that it doesn't, because it takes a lot of ink, so it doesn't blot. So Biswajit, so let me write your name. So you can simply use it like this. I'm just writing it normally without much of styling. Still sticking. So this is how I can write. The best nib that I like, actually with this also you can do a lot of stuff. If you don't have access to this kind of nibs, what you can do is you can get some Parker pens, Parker calligraphy pens. So this is another of Parker calligraphy pens, similar to this. This is italic kind of pens only. Let's say I want to write something. I'll start. I'll write something. What Swamiji said. Some here. I'll be using the Parker. I just cut the cap loose, and that is why it's not writing. Okay, let me put some ink there. This is Parker pen, so I'm using Parker ink. Parker ink is also quite viscous, and you can use it for practice without going for this expensive kind of inks. So let's write something. So this one I'm writing in a bit different manner. The my hands are shaking terribly. The brave alone do. Yes, you're able to see that. Great. and things. So the brave alone do great things. I missed any here. Okay. The brave alone do great things. So this is something that has been written with this Parker. So it is equally good, and this is something that I have used for quite some time, unless I lost one of my piece, and then I got it again. So the other kind of nibs are this. This is an amazing one. The effect that you get with this are also amazing. Let me use it with this pen holder. The nib that I'm using for this is from Linux. So this is the brand that I've got. Okay. Yes, it's shining a bit. So Linux. You can go for it. Otherwise, you can also go for some Japanese nibs. Some Japanese nibs are really good for this calligraphy thing. Let me write the same thing. If you want your names to be written, let me know. I'll write one of the names for you. So let me write the same thing. So in a different style. So let's say the. Then brave. Alone. Do. Okay. Great. Then we put it just like this. Things. So this can be another font, and another way that you can write is you can slant it a bit, make it inclined a bit, and then start writing. And this time I'm going to do it without lifting my hand. So as you can see, it becomes difficult for me to hold the pen like this at this inclination and write. So for that, you get a different kind of pen holder. Let me show that to you. It's going to sting the hand. So as I have shown you earlier, this is the one that we are going to use, this pen holder. By default, I don't have to make my hand to a certain angle. It is already made to an angle. The nib is going to be held at that angle. You simply fix the nib here and start writing. Okay, Amna wants her name to be written. Okay, let's write. Let's make the A a bit stylish this time. So it's AAMNA, right? Okay. Here the technique is very simple. As you go up, you release you lift off all the pressure, and as you go down, you put a bit of pressure. So it thickens while you're coming down, and as you go up, the line that you get is quite hair-like. So I'm lifting all the pressure, now putting some pressure, putting all the pressure, and again lifting and putting all the pressure, then again putting some pressure, then lifting all the pressure, then So this is Amna. So this is how you can get your name. Can we switch on to the other camera? Yes. So this is. Can you zoom it? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So this is what you can do. Uh, Actually, what happens is that when you put the pressure, the nib splits. So the nib splits and gives you thicker ones. And as you release the pressure out of it, it again contracts and gives you a final line. So thick, fine, thick, fine. So you can do it something like this. Some more ink would be required. Okay. So something like this, something like this. You could keep on practicing that way. So thin, thick, as you can see here now. So it is, as I put the pressure, so it splits and gives you a thick line. And since the ink is very viscous, it doesn't break and doesn't give you something like this when you have the ink. Rather, it gives you a solid one. So that's what you can do. So you can have different kinds of calligraphy nibs, but these are the two that I often use normally, that italic and this copper plate kind of. And uh, this effect you can also get using the pencil. Let me show you. Let me get, okay, I'm using this 4B pencil. Here also you have to apply the same technique. Vivek. So let's say I want to write Vivek. So as I go up, it's light. As I come down, I put the pressure. As I go up, again, light. So like this, I normally, just normally. So let's say art workshop. Work. Sure. So using just pencil, I think you can see the effect that I'm getting here. So these things you can also get with the pencil. The effects you can also get with the pencil. So it's already time. We have already crossed time. We thought of keeping the session for 1 hour. Lots of things to discuss, but since the time constraint, so would like to, from my side, let's just end it here. Maybe when we get another chance, we will have some more session. Okay, one more thing. Outstanding workshops. Okay, thank you so much for your appreciation. Write my name, Vivek. Okay, Vivek, it's done. Okay. Courses for acrylic painting will start. Okay, you will be informed about that. Just keep in contact. Okay, sir. How can I get your contact number? If you want to contact me, you can contact me through the Instagram. The Instagram name will be. Can you show the paper, sir? I'll just look at the paper. Okay. So my Instagram profile will be the Mintzart, the underscore MINTZ, just writing normally, underscore art. You can DM me over there. Okay, one more thing. I've made a, if you are interested in going through the process of this, I have also recorded the video of this, and I haven't posted that yet, but I plan to post the video of this in one of my friends' YouTube channel. You can also note this YouTube name. I'm planning to do it by Monday or Tuesday. The name of it will be Shareflow. So SHARE FLOW. So that is the YouTube. So here I will try to post that video for you, so you can get into it. So that is all that we have, and hope you have enjoyed this session. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm sure all of us have enjoyed this session, Mintu sir. And then you know where to follow him in Instagram, Facebook, anywhere you can DM him and look at his fabulous work. So, Mintu sir, just one question everybody had, and then we could not show you that question. How did you draw the circle?
How we draw the circle? Okay, let me show you.
That was
Like,
something very amazing. Somebody like me
okay.
has to learn that first.
Okay, so for making the circle, you have to hold the pen and you have to keep the fingers a bit rigid. So this will be like your center, or you can make any of this as your center, any of this finger. So I made this finger as the center and kept it here, and things are very rigid now. And
Ah,
without moving the finger, I'm just keeping it very rigid. I'm just moving the paper. So let me come here. Okay, I'm just moving, rotating the paper. Lots of stuff here. So you will get a perfect circle just moving it like that. If you need a different kinds of radius, so you can also make use of this. So let's say I want a bigger one. So I'm just, the point is you should keep your hand very rigid and just rotate the paper. Just rotate the paper and you will somewhat get a perfect circle. So something like this you can use and get a perfect circle. Oh, okay.
all right. Thank you so much, Mintu sir. And we thank you for being with us today and showing us the different techniques. I'm sure Amna and Vivek are very happy having their name penned down. So maybe we will get to see many more maybe next time when we have a session again, like he had promised you a detailed session on portrait. So when we have again Mintu sir, we will have another session with him again, maybe sometime later. So we have come to the end of today's workshop. That is day one. So, like I said, there are few surprises. The one surprise we have revealed yesterday, that is the best artwork will be featured in our e-magazine, that is Kajing Shai the Light. So we have received your artworks. We are looking forward for many more, and then we will announce the winner tomorrow. And the next surprise that will be revealed tomorrow. So please stay with us tomorrow. I'm sure you're going to love this surprise. It's worth waiting for and worth getting it. So thank you again, Mintu sir. It was lovely having you, and I hope all of you had a very good time. So keep drawing, keep painting, and keep broadening your imagination and coloring your imagination with colors. See you all tomorrow, and do come back for the lovely surprise. All right, signing off. This is Ms. Darifia. Thank you. Bye.